Hey y'all, another PSA shipment, 35 cards this time. Let's get straight into it. I've got one of the stacks already unpacked here. We'll get the other one out and ready to roll. I mentioned this in all of my grading videos, but in case you're new here, hello if you're new here. Thanks for being here. I already know the grades. I looked at them the second I was able to. I have no patience at all, so I'm not gonna pretend to be surprised at all these grades, but we're gonna look at these together and I'll give you a little bit of backstory. Folks who watch the channel know that I have historically about a 75 to 85% gem rate on cards that I send in expecting a 10. And we'll see in this shipment how I do in terms of keeping that track record going. I have heard anecdotally from other people that PSA has gotten a lot tougher lately, and I don't know what to make of that. I've also heard people say that maybe they've hired a lot of new graders there recently to help keep up with the demand, and maybe there's some sort of learning curve there. It's possible. No conspiracy theories here. Let's just see how I do. Can I get within range of that sort of 75 to 85% I normally do? And we're starting with this Hidden Fates Moltres Zapdos Articuno, and it's a 9, and I really don't know why. Let's take a look together. I'm really not seeing why this got a 9, to be honest, not immediately. It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Corners look good. Centering's good. This is a card that I don't think the 10 premium is that high, so I'm not even sure if that was a great idea to send in, but it's all good. Let's go to the next one. All right, I sent in 3 of these Mimikyu Pokemon Center stamped. I had them sealed. I bought them all sealed, and I inspected them closely. It looked pretty good. Sent them in, and this first one does get a 10. So we're gonna start our 10 pile versus our 9 pile here and see how we do. Got a Japanese card here. Latios. I'm probably gonna stop sending lower end Japanese. The 10 rate is pretty high on them, which means that the premium for the 10 is not that good. And if you hit a 9, you just lose the grading cost. And we do hit the 9 here. And again, if you take a look at it, I mean, why did this, I mean, it is a little off center, I guess. It's definitely left heavy here. It's definitely left heavy. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's all it needed to be, was a little left heavy. I don't know. What do you all think? This is left heavy. I shouldn't have sent this. Why did I? Okay. That's obviously gonna hurt our gem rate here because I was expecting a 10 on that. And I'll let you know, there's only a very, very small number of cards in this shipment where I knew it was not getting a 10, and I'll give you the story on that. Squirtle illustration rare here from Stellar Crown. Does get the 10. Pretty nice. And we got a second one of the same little guy. Also gets a 10. So that's pretty sweet. 2 of those in a 10. Love it. Cute card, of course. Infernape. I have not had the best luck with grading illustration rares, and we're seeing, obviously, I'm off to a good start here. This Infernape, I've looked at a lot of these raw Infernapes trying to find a gradable copy. I can't remember how I came across this one, to be honest, but it does get the 10. And I'm sure it deserved it because they are tough on these. In fact, this one looks really pretty good. I mean, it actually, you know what's funny? Maybe you can see that. I don't know, those bottom corners are not as, there's like little tiny white specks on them. I'm not saying that they're not, it's not whitening, but like, I don't know. I've seen worse cards get a 10. I've seen better cards get a 9, is all I'm saying. But hey, I'll take the 10. Blood Moon or Saluna, this is our Terrestrial Festival 10. So we're doing pretty good so far on the 10s. Unigaba. Oh, I got this in a trade with Chris, if you're watching. This is from a trade night vendor POV, and we did a little trade, and I took a good look at this card and thought, that actually looks really good, and let's send it in, and it gets the 10. Nice. Eevee, illustration rare. Trying our chances with these illustration rares here. 9. It is what it is. Let's take a look. Where did we go wrong on this one? Centering looks pretty good. I mean, it's a tiny bit bottom heavy, but that shouldn't in and of itself be a problem. Oh, I don't know, man. Did this card have this? This is obviously the problem. I would not have sent a card with this, would I? I'm gonna stay away from conspiracy theories in this video. I'm just saying. I would never send a card with an obvious white dot like that. Deerling, beautiful illustration rare, one of my absolute favorites. Temporal Forces, I mean, I'm not sure what the other contenders are. This has got to be one of my favorite. This and the Saws Bucket goes with, got to be my favorites in that set or way up there. Beautiful, beautiful card. It does get a 10, so a lot better luck this time with illustration rare so far than I've had historically. Pulled this Terapagos. I'm a little confused. Why did they make this card? It's like not that different than the Terapagos that ended up in Stellar Crown, or I guess it would be Paradise Dragona in Japanese, probably, I think that's the set it come out of. Anyway, it gets a 10. Here's the thing about these cards. This card, when I pulled it, you know, SIR, it was a new set. It was probably worth sending in. This card now is pretty inexpensive, and the 10 is like $30. And these cost like, I think I spent almost exactly $20 total shipping costs per card here. So I guess I could make up to $10 because I pulled it. I mean, depends on how you think about the fact that I paid $58 a box when I bought those Terrestrial boxes, but whatever. We had a fun experience. We get a 10. We'll move on. Oh yeah, Pikachu Electric Breaker, right? So Japanese Sparks. This card actually, I wasn't 100% sure on. I think I found, when I was originally looking at it, some sort of flaw, and I was like, you know what, forget it, let's do it. This came from I believe I just bought this outright from a kid for like 85% of market at the Fairfield show. I don't know if that was day 2 and I lost that footage, but I wasn't sure about sending this one in, but it does hit that 10. Nice. So we're doing pretty good. Our 10 pile's looking pretty nice so far compared to the 9 pile. Let's see what's next. Okay, we're gonna see a lot of these. 13 to be exact. I sent 13 of these Lapras 7-Eleven promos. Ryan, I know you're watching. Thanks for the support. Ryan lives in Singapore and offered to source me some of these. Ended up getting like 80 of them. And so he made a little bit of money. He was able to get them pretty inexpensively. So I paid him almost double what he paid, but the value of the raw card in the US is almost double what I paid. So anyway, I had 80 of these. I've given some away, I've sold a bunch, but I picked out 13 that I thought looked good to grade, and we're gonna see how we do on those in this shipment today. I think I'm gonna make separate piles for these Laprases because there are 13, so we're gonna go fast on them. First one gets a 9. Why does it get a 9? I guess it does have a bit of a white dot down here. Centering, back centering, whatever, front looks fine. It's what I've said, right? Like, how is this dot any more egregious than what was on the Infernape earlier that I got a 10 on? Okay, that's a 9. So anytime we see the Lapras, we're just gonna go fast. 10. Old back Japanese. Okay, I think there's only 2 cards in the shipment that I did not send with the intention of getting a 10. This is, it's got a nice swirl. People who watch the channel know what I'm doing with these cards, and I'll show you in a little bit if you're not familiar. These are beat up. Like, actually, intentionally, I bought messed up copies because I'm collecting these PSA 1 through 10. I did not send this with any hope it was gonna get a 10, obviously. So we're not gonna count these 2 Lugias that I sent in that sort of gem rate calculation at the end. This gets a 3. I'll take it. I needed a 3, and this one has a really nice, obviously, really nice swirl, one of the more ideal placements. So that's probably going in the personal collection there, and we'll come back to that in a little bit. Let's get to our second stack here. All right. I don't know why this got a 9. Can we tell? Can we find anything wrong with it? I mean, I guess tiny, same thing, like the corners could be slightly more perfect for sure. Maybe there's a print line I missed. Maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of a pre-grading weakness for me with these illustration rares. Maybe there's print lines and I'm not that good at identifying them. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'll probably crack some of these out and sell them raw at shows. The ones that got 9s, and maybe they're worth resubbing. I don't know. Okay, Lapras, going fast. 10. Lapras. 10. Lapras. 10. Okay, so just real quick on these. The raw price of these cards is like $14 or so. A lot of the last solds, when I looked these up the other day for 10s, more like $120 to $130. So the upside on these, it's about $100 of profit per 10. Really did help this shipment out, actually, more than I was expecting. But yeah, ended up going that way. I think the 10s have been climbing a little bit in these cards. 9. Why did this get a 9? There's a bit of a white dot up here. But again, is that any worse than... It's all good. I'll just keep my mouth shut. PSA, if you're out there, I love you. Thank you for being nice to me in these shipments, typically. 10. 10. Feebas. I love this card, and the melodic that goes with it continues to be my favorite card in Surging Sparks, which is overall a really good set. It's a 9. Another illustration rare. Booms me. How did this one get a 9? I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You all tell me, what am I missing here? It's a tiny bit top heavy, maybe? Yeah, I'm sure it's a tiny bit top heavy. It does have a tiny bit of white dot there. All good. It's a 9. Lapras, 10. Lapras, 10. The more I say Lapras, it's, you know, it's one of those things that you say a word a bunch of times and then you're like, that's not a word. And I guess it's not a word, it's a Pokemon. 10. But I've said Lapras a lot in this video. And it's starting to sound less and less like a word. I think I pulled this from Terastal. 9. No idea how this was a 9. Probably not even worth sending. Just another one of those, you know, every shipment, there's just a few cards that I threw in there to whatever, to have fun, gamble, I don't really know. But I get the shipment back and I'm like, what was I doing? Why did I even send, like, this wasn't even worth sending even if it was a 10, and apparently it's not. And I'm not totally clear why. I guess it's a little bit right heavy. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, next one. Lickitung. This came from a collection buy from a friend of mine who needed to liquidate her Pokemon collection. She's mostly played the TCG anyway. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, look at the back of this card. It doesn't even have... It doesn't have white dots on the corners. The back of that card is better than a lot of the 10s we've gotten here. Yeah. Again, I'm not buying into the PSA conspiracy theories too much, and I know there's a lot of them. This is kind of an unusual shipment. We'll take up the total at the end. Another one that I think was from that same collection buy from my friend, a 9. And probably another one that, like, I bet the 10 is like 50 bucks. Like, it probably wasn't even worth the risk here. But I took the risk. It is, you know, the back centering is not perfect. There is maybe I missed that. That's on the card, huh? That little white. Is it really? Maybe I missed that. That does not seem like something I would miss. I found it immediately just now, but whatever. Lapras, 10. Lapras, 10. Doing real good on these Laprai. Mimikyu, I sent 3 of these in this shipment. I don't remember if I said that earlier. Pokemon Center stamped. I bought those at card shows. So for people who, if you're this far into this video, you've probably, I think odds are really high. You've seen some of my other videos. You probably heard me say, I have no special way of finding gradable cards. This is a good example. Bought them at a card show. I found 3 of these at card shows, hit another 10, so that's nice. Getting toward the end of the pile here. Another Mimikyu. 10, 3 for 3 on the Mimikyu. Hoopa, another one that's probably like a $3 card. Why did I send this? I doubt, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering and it's really, really worth it in a 10, but it hits a 9. And why does it hit a 9? Look at those perfect corners. Literally doesn't even have a white dot on the corners. Centering looks pretty good. Maybe a little right heavy, yeah? But what did I miss? Again, y'all tell me if you catch something here, because I'm always looking to get better at this too. It's there's some luck, but there's definitely some skill involved, right? And why is this a 9? The last one, oh, it's an old bag Japanese, so it's another one of our Lugia. This one has a fart swirl. So this is something that's going to be kind of tricky here for me. Maybe y'all can vote in the comments which one I keep. because I do not need 2 3s. And this is making the situation tough. I was hoping for a 3 and a 5. So I did hit a 3 on one of the 3s I was expecting. One of these I thought was a 5. I think it's the fart swirl one. Whatever, it didn't work out on that. What do you think? Fart swirl on this one on the left? Or that awesome swirl below its foot there? I mean, that one's hard to beat. This one's hard to beat. And I don't care, by the way, about like the overall condition or like it's a strong 3 or whatever. I actually, in this case, it is really more than anything a choice around the placement of the swirl. If I cared about the way that these looked, I guess this one on the right looks a little better from the front. Like this one, that front corner, not great. I don't really know. You tell me, which one should I keep? And let's wrap up with taking stock of everything here real quick. So first of all, this Lugia collection, 2. Now I've got 3, 4, and they've all got swirls in them. This is a really similar swirl placement between the 2 and the 3, by the way. I think I graded the 2 myself as well. 8. Well, let's just go over here. 8, 9, and 10. The 10 swirl is under the wing there. It's not the most incredible swirl I could possibly find, so maybe someday I'll upgrade this, but just really, really excited to have that card. So we've got a lot of these numbers. That means I am still on the hunt for 7, 6, 5, and I have a candidate for 1. So it's 7, 6, and 5, really, those middle grades that I'm looking for now. And then let's look at how we did on everything. So here's our 9 versus 10 pile on non-Lapras. Pretty close, you can tell, right? I'm looking at like 60-ish, if that, 55% gem rate maybe, without the Lapras, but we went 11 out of 13 on the Lapras. So if we exclude the 2 Lugias, because those were not intended to get 10s, it's 33 cards I was thinking were 10s, and I'll put the gem rate up on the screen. If I remember right, it's 66%. Not an amazing gem rate, but still kind of goes to show that this is still worth it as long as you're careful with it, right? If I weren't careful with it, you could tell how in a shipment like this, it would have been pretty easy to end up with a lot of 9s, and everything in these piles, these 9s, are all losing $20 each. So if you can't stomach just lighting $200 on fire, which I think is about what I did right here, and waiting 3 months for the privilege of doing it, then, you know, maybe grading's not the right game for you, and that's totally fine. You can live vicariously through videos like this, which I'm sure a lot of the people watching these videos don't actually do their own grading. But again, on the whole, worthwhile. I'm gonna put the numbers on the screen, but off memory here, I spent just under $1,000 on the cards plus grading, and the total market value of all of this is around $3,500. So still 3.5x my money, 2,500 profit on a 1,000 risk. You know, sell them a little bit below market, a lot of these. You know, maybe some of these Lapras will ultimately go to eBay and I'll get 86% there. That's all fine. And then obviously we kind of don't count these. I don't know how you count those Lugias. The feedback I got when I posted about this on Instagram the other day is that 66% is very good by current PSA standards. I have no idea if that's true. It is the lowest 10 rate I have gotten in a shipment so far. I'm not an expert at this. I've done a handful of them. I've recorded and uploaded most of them, so you can go back and take a look at those. If you found this video interesting or educational, entertaining, relaxing, whatever, if you liked it and you're this far in the video, so probably you did, you can go check out some of my other PSA return videos. If you're looking at this and you're thinking you kind of want to get into grading yourself, you can also go check out a video I recently put out on pre-grading and how I evaluate cards as being worth grading or not. And if you haven't already heard me talk about it, I actually don't love most of the process of grading cards, but I do it because it is a really efficient way to help me fund my personal collection, and I talk a lot more about that over here. So I'll see you in one of those videos. You can go check out one of my other PSA or relaxing to watch. If you found this video, but I do it because it makes sense. I think it's the fart swirl one. Well, I guess they're both. Maybe I'm just, let's scratch that. It's all good. I'll just keep my mouth shut. PSA, if you're out there, I love you.